Okay, here we go. Never tried to go live so fast in my life. There's a hot behind me. We're just gonna. Okay, now we're live. Hi, friends. I am so sorry. I'm so dark. I'm late. A whole 11 minutes. It's a lot. It's just a lot. It's a lot late. So I'm so sorry that I'm so late. I'm really excited to chat tonight, though. Hold on. Sorry. Trying to find a video so I can see what you're saying to me. No. I hate it when it does that. Okay. Hi. Okay. Well, where are all the things? Look, you can tell I did not clean my office for you today. I'm so sorry. All of Brian's boxes are back there. It's fine. How are you guys? What is on earth is wrong with my tripod? Hey, are we doing good? Are we good? We're good? We're good? Okay. Welcome to Online Stuff. So good. It's really good to see y'all. Why am I fuzzy? What on earth? Okay. Are we back? There we go. Goodness gracious. Okay. How are we doing? We're okay. Hey, how are you guys? Here's what I would love to talk about tonight. Well, first of all, doing this backwards. Dadgummit, every time I move something, don't know why, but it doesn't. Okay, so I'd love to know where you're from. Cindy, it was not you. It was just me running late. So I apologize for being late because, you know, usually we're live at 8:30. But we had a sweet volunteer from our church here for dinner, and she's an intern, and we were just talking. We were sitting chatting, and I looked up and it was 8:30. I was like, oh my gosh. Yes, baby. I love you. Okay. So that's why I was late. It's not an excuse, but it's for real life. So tonight, I know I told you today, well, okay. So welcome to Online Steps to Success. Hi, Sherry. I'm so glad that you're here. And Wendy, I'm glad you're finally catching us live. Maybe my husband will join me in a little bit. I have no idea. This is kind of a, here we go. It's time for Online Steps. Tiffany, you just got back from Boot Camp 40 and you're so pumped. I love it. I hope you had a great time. First of all, Boise is beautiful. Brian and I leave on Sunday to go to First Star Director Summit. We're really, really excited. It's going to be awesome. So, gosh, I just love Boise. It's beautiful. So we have Cheryl from Grand Rapids, Michigan. So glad you're here. Megan from Oklahoma City. Oh, I love it that Sandy is on YouTube watching from, I do not know how to say that name. Something Springs, Florida. Defuniac. That's probably really wrong, but I tried, didn't I? I tried. So welcome to Online Steps to Success. You have found yourself here. My name is Allison Dalkey. Our entire goal with going live every single week is to help you dream big, work smart, make a profit, and change your world and the world around you by just growing your business. We believe that this business is an absolute gift and that it can take you places, whether that's an actual place or whether that's just something that happens internally that you never expected to go. And so I hope that you are ready to dive in tonight. we're going to talk about a few things. And I am actually going to take some of your questions tonight. So if you have, Sandy said I did not say Defuniak Springs, Florida correctly. She said I was close, but she laughed, so it must be very wrong. Defuniak. I don't know. Good luck. Good luck with that. Oh, and then Carrie's from Minoka, Illinois. Can't say any of these. No, I can't say half of these names. People. Nope, I don't know where you're from. You're from words that I cannot pronounce. I tried. I really tried. Anyways, my husband and I have been in direct sales, earning six figures for over 11 years now. It is our passion. It is our joy. It is our favorite thing to talk about because, oh my gosh, what an opportunity you have in front of you. Whether you're brand new and you just joined, welcome. We're so glad you're here. Or whether you've been doing this for a decade, this is a true and absolute gift. And I'm wondering if tonight maybe you just need a little bit of today on and off. And one of them was telling me so we're going to talk about a couple of things tonight, actually. But one of the things we're going to talk about is what does it mean and what does it look like to level up? And this is really not necessarily you leveling up to the next promotion. It's not necessarily, it's not really that. It's what does it mean for you to go to the next level? So that might not be an actual like promotion, right? But it might be, how do I go to the next level? And in full honesty, I think a lot of people are just stuck. And there's a lot of reasons. So tonight we're going to talk about how do I level up? How do I go to the next level personally and in my business at the same time? And what does that look like? And I'm going to give you some tools tonight to help you do that. And all of this kind of comes from a couple conversations that I had today. And what I love about Online Steps is I actually started doing this so first of all, a group of Superstar directors and I all started doing Online Steps years and years and years and years ago. And we actually started it sort of like The View. It was like a bunch of us in my office and we would sit and chat about Cincy and it was really, really fun. And it's evolved since then. And we did that once a month. And some of those videos are on YouTube and you can go watch them and they're very old and very funny. But what it's evolved into is me showing up here every week, sharing with you whatever I'm learning. And sometimes that's really hard. Honestly, it would be easier for me to go on here and talk about how to do a basket party or how to, do something super specific with your business. And those things are needed and necessary. But usually what's on my heart is to talk to you about something that I'm learning or something that I'm watching other people experience in their business. And so tonight, this idea of leveling up was really inspired by just people in my life that are not on my team that I don't get paid on. And we're just friends and that are walking through the same struggles and insecurities and hard things that you are. And I just want to speak a little life and a little wisdom into that tonight. So I'm so glad that you are here. And if you are ready to go to the next level, you're in the right place. So we're going to dive in. I want to talk first of all about what does it mean to level up. So this is something I struggle with a little bit, and just in full honesty. I am a perfectionist. I am always trying to teach you those things too. But I'm always trying to figure out what's the next step for me? Like, what's the next level for me? And overall, that served me really, really well in my business. It's helped me to go to the very top level. It's helped me to earn more trips than I can count. It's been a good thing, but it's also been a really hard thing. It's been a really hard thing in that there are times when my constant desire to be one step better has actually pulled me backwards. So let me explain. Sometimes I get so focused on how do I up my game? How do I get better? How do I do it faster? That I forget about the people that are involved or about who's on the road with me. This is going to turn into, and I didn't mean for it to be, but it's going to turn into a normal conversation. And I've done that in the past. I've been so focused on me and what I'm working towards and my next level that I've forgotten about the people that are coming with me. And I don't tell you this for you to whatever. I tell you this because I want you to look at you. Here's the thing about this business. It can be frustrating when you have team members that join and they are gung-ho and they're ready to go and they're going to change the world and their business is going to be amazing. Right? You've heard this. And then they don't do anything and you want to pull your hair out, right? Like you want to be like, what are you thinking? Like you said you were going to do all these amazing things with your business and what is this about? And you get frustrated and you just kind of blow people off. I mean, I have. And I want people to do what they say that they're going to do. Because if I do something, if I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. And so I want other people to do that. And if you're like me, and if you're building a business and you're building a team, there may be seasons when you want to pull your friggin' hair out. Listen, you're not alone. And it is so normal. But one of the things I want to encourage you tonight is when you're thinking about leveling up, when you're thinking about going to the next place, I want you to look around you. I want you to look around you at the people who you have put in your circle, the people you have brought on your team, and I want you to evaluate all of that. So let's talk about that. So let's start with, first of all, who's around you. This, seriously, you guys, this is vital. It is so ridiculously vital that I don't know. I need you to understand this. If you are stuck, if you are in a place where you feel like I can't make progress, like I keep doing the things they're telling me to do. Sorry, I keep doing the things they're telling me to do. I keep, I'm doing what everybody else is doing. I'm listening, I'm learning, I'm doing the things, nothing's happening. It's time to ask yourself, who have I put around me? Who have I put around me as support? Who have I put around me that I'm allowing to speak into my situation and into my business and into my life? And are they the right people? I want you to consider for a moment that there's a chance you've listened to the wrong voices. That there's a chance that you have done things that people have told you to do that haven't worked for you because they're not in your giftings. There's a chance that you haven't once yet thought about how you could best run your business because you've let other people tell you. Tonight, I need you to reflect. Because one of the biggest struggles I see with new consultants, with leaders, anybody in this business is it is hustle, 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 hustle. It's the end of the month. And we start over again. Hustle, 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 hustle. It's the end of the month and we start over again. And some of you are so desperate to grow and you are so desperate to work this out that you are willing to do what anybody says. And there is a time and a place for that. But if you're in a spot where you are stuck and where things, or you feel a little like you're a little negative on the inside, I have to ask you, who is speaking into your life about this business? What are they saying to you? And are you reflecting on it? Because if you're not reflecting on the information you are been given, if you're not saying, okay, have you ever heard the phrase, good for her, not for me? If you haven't heard it, it's time to hear it again. Good for her, not for me. If you learn nothing else from tonight, if you take away nothing else, I need you to get this in your brain. Good for her, not for me. You will spin yourself silly. You will drive yourself into the ground. You will burn out if you do every single thing that you ever learn, and if you do every single thing that anybody ever told you to do. Just because it works for somebody else does not mean it's going to work for you. I'm not saying you shouldn't try it. I'm not saying it won't be right for you, but it might not. And if all you have ever done is what people have told you, and you haven't sat down and reflected on who the heck you are and why you're doing this and how it's going to best fit into your life, that's where you start. Stop waiting for people to tell you what to do and reflect on what you want to do. What do I want to do with this business? So I have a sweet friend, and we were talking through this the other day, and I just told her, I said, I think maybe it's time, I think it's time for you to draw a line in the sand. And this is just, she's a director and great leader, and we've gotten to be friends over the years, and I can't remember how. So those are the best kind of friends, right? And she's just kind of stuck. She's not really growing. And I said, listen, Mike, you're saying the things, but you don't really believe them. And it's time for you to draw your line in the sand. Because there are things that only you can do. There are passions that only you have. There are gifts that only you have. And when you combine all those things together, that is how you make this business work. I saw Orville, hey baby, do you want to give me my whiteboard? I need it tonight. Will you wipe it off before you come in here? Because I don't remember what's on it. Will you wipe it off before you bring it in here? You're the best. I'm going to draw you a picture in a minute. Okay. I'm making myself a note so I don't forget. Okay. I want you to ask yourself, who have I put around me? And are they the right people? And are they challenging me the right way? So here's something that's interesting about challenge. There is a place and a time for all of it. Thank you, babe. Look, you look like Vanna White. That was so great. That was great.
I can't see.
Look at your strong arm.
Oh.
Oh.
You should show this. This is your whole like vision board
I
thing.
know, it's fine, erase it. You're distracting me. Anyways, who have you put around you, and how are they challenging you, and what are they speaking into your life? I'll be real honest. I don't like to be challenged. I'm gonna circle back around. Don't start watching because you think that I don't like it. Just hold out, okay? Just wait a second. I don't like it when people challenge me to do something that's not in my gifting. You know that there's things that I don't do, and there's things that it's so nice. So nice. And if you want to bring me a drink, that's great too. Love you. There's things that I don't do. There's things that I don't do well. And I think in the beginning, not actually in the beginning, because in the beginning, I didn't really have anybody speaking into my business or speaking into telling me what to do. And that was really a gift for me because it made me scrappy and it made me figure out, thanks, Sherry, it made me figure out what I needed to do and how I needed to do it. So, and because of that, my business was centered around my gifts and not around the places that I was weak. Does that make sense? Sometimes we put people around us who have the best intentions, but who force us into creating rhythms and habits around our business that are not in our giftings. And here's the deal about this business. It's the same crap over and over and over again. It just is. I mean, I wish that it were different. I wish I could sugarcoat it for you, but it's not. You have to sell product, you have to build a team, and you have to lead that team. And you know what? You have to do it over and over and over again. And there's great reward in it, incredible reward. But if you aren't creating habits and systems in your business around the things that you are naturally good at, it will become far too hard for you to make them happen month after month after month. Okay, so who have you put around you, and what are they telling you to do, and is it right for you? And have you ever thought to reflect on it? Have you ever really stopped to say, I don't know, it goes for me, it goes for anybody that you listen to, it goes for people in your leadership. I'm not saying that you need to question authority, but I'm saying you need to question the things that they're telling you. The things that I tell you to do, they may not be the best thing for you, but as a business owner, you need to be able to say, is this right for me? And will I thrive in this? It might not be. But here's the thing. Me saying that is not an excuse for you to not do anything. If you decide, if you say, you know what, I feel like some of the things that I've learned maybe have not been the best for me. Maybe they've served their point, whatever. But in the long run, I don't see myself doing this over and over and over again. I'm not saying you stop doing the things that you've learned and you don't replace them with better things. I'm saying if you're going to replace them with things, you replace them with better things. And you figure out how to do it better. You don't figure out how not to do it. You figure out how to do it better. And it's not better than someone else. It's do it better for you, if that makes sense. Okay, so who have you put around you? And what are they telling you? So I have a friend who she just put herself around me. And I'll tell you what, she keeps challenging me to things. And you know what? It's kind of ticking me off. It's ticking me off because I don't like to be challenged. And here's how I don't like to be challenged. I don't like to be challenged in full honesty by somebody who I didn't fully plan on saying this. I don't like to be challenged unless I truly know that it is just for my interest. That may sound snotty and bratty, but it's just true. And when you think about it for a minute, I like to be challenged by people who just love me. And I have this friend who has, I don't make friends that easy because I'm picky, and she's just attached herself to me. And she keeps challenging me. And she keeps challenging me because she loves me. And I try to tell her, like, look, listen, there are other things I'm trying to do. I'm trying to lead all these leaders. I'm trying to do all these things. Like, I don't have time for this. I don't have time for you to challenge me right now. But last month, not March, in April, she challenged me. She's like, I bet you can't get a recruit by the end of the day. I'm like, what are you talking about? She was like, I bet you can't get a recruit by the end of the day. I'm like, okay, listen here, baby. Let me tell you. Yes, I can. And in my heart, I was thinking, freak, no, I can't. Like, I cannot. I can't do that. But we are friends enough for her to truly care about me, and she just loves me, and she sort of wanted to win something. And I was like, no, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna do this. And so I really went outside of my comfort zone and asked somebody who I would not normally ask. She joined that night. Actually, it might have been like 2 days before, but it was real close. She sold $1,400 her first month and is slaying it. She is the best recruit I have had in a while, like in a while. And I just remember thinking, so this friend of mine who loves me, who cares about me, because of the way she presented herself and because of the challenge she put forth beside me, made me better. So my question is, who is making you better? Who is actually pushing you to become better? And how are you making them better? Because that's the gift of a friendship, and that's the gift of a mutual partnership. And if you don't have that yet in this business, that's what you need. It might be your next recruit. It might be someone in your upline. It might be somebody that you see on YouTube that you really admire. Reach out. Introduce yourself. Say hi. Get to know somebody. You would be shocked at the number of people who honestly need a little bit of fire in their life and who need a spunky something else to push you to greater things. But it's got to be a mutual relationship. And so this is where I think that all of you would benefit from a relationship that is not just you and your director. Your director's great, and I want you to do all of the things if they're right for you. But I want you to have that great relationship if you have a great director, a great leader. That's cool. But there's something else that can happen when you are able to give something to somebody else and they're able to give you something. And it is a beautiful gift. So it might not be the same thing. Honestly, when she asked me about that recruit, am I always thinking about recruiting? Yes. But was I really? No. I'm working on this leadership structure right now. I'm like doing this thing when it comes to like all of my leaders. My mind has been in a different place, in just full honesty. And so she comes to me, hey, baby, can you give me some water? I'm like, I really can't breathe. So she comes to me because there were things that she wanted to learn from me. And I got to learn things from her. So when you can find someone that has gifts that you don't have, that has strengths that you don't have, and you can teach each other, that is a gift in itself. Those are the people you want to find. That's why you go to boot camp. That's why you go to Summit. That's why you show up at World Tour. That's why you go to Cincy Family Reunion in Austin. Listen, if you need that person in your life, you go to the things. You show up at the things. And you put yourself out there and you meet people. And you get on social media and you start conversations with people. You don't just silently watch, you encourage. So here's a problem that I have. If you are watching somebody on social media run their business, grow their business, do their thing, and you're watching, but you're not encouraging, don't waste your time. What are you giving? Nothing. Nothing. If you're going to follow a Cincy sister, if you're going to follow somebody else doing business, growing a business like you better be adding value there too. Because if you're following them, you're giving something, right? You're getting something from them, right? Ideas, inspiration, whatever. I don't care. If that's you, I forgot about my water. If that's you and you're following somebody, give something back to them. Whether it's comments, whether it's encouragement, whether it's likes, whether you show up on their Facebook Lives, I don't care, but give something back to them. We're all on the same journey. Hold on. We are all on the same journey. And if you are worried about losing a customer when you get a recruit, or losing a group of customers when you get a recruit, or somebody in your city doing a better job than you, or having more customers than you, you've got it wrong. You've got it wrong. That's a scarcity mentality. That's you thinking there's not enough, and there is more than enough. There's more than enough to go around. So here's the thing. I think it's great if you follow your Cincy sister. I think it's great if you're following somebody. I think it's great if you're watching their YouTube videos. Comment. Give them a like. Subscribe. Follow them back. Well, if you're following, you don't need to follow them back. Encourage them. That is what we do, and that is who we are. And when you can add value to somebody else, when you can encourage somebody else, then you're in the right space to receive encouragement from other people, to receive the right kind of challenges from other people, to receive friendship from other people. But you've got to be giving too. Don't just sit on the other side of the screen and wait for people to screw up. Don't just sit on the other side of the screen and wait for people to take a misstep, or wait for them to post something really great that you can sleaze off of them. No, contribute back to them. Give back to them. We are all on the same journey. We are all in the same place, and there is more than enough to go around. ask yourself who you have put around you. What are they telling you? But also, if you want to find the people who are going to challenge you, love you, encourage you, you have to be that kind of person to somebody first, right? You have to be adding value. Okay. Okay. Oh yes, I'm so sorry. Did I say sisters? I meant and brothers. Yes, absolutely. Okay. Really sorry about that. So I want you to figure out, we're talking about, if you're just joining us tonight, we're talking about how do we level up? How do we go to the next level? So much of it is about who you've put around you, who you're listening to, what are they saying? Is it applicable to you in your business? Is it what you really need? And part of all of that has to do with you using your gifts and talents and creating your business habits and your systems around those things. Okay. So somebody said, how do I find my gifts? So this is what I want to help you visualize. I'm going to see if this is going to work. We're going to bring this closer. Okay. I saw Orville do something similar to this one year. I'm going to try. Okay. Oh, that's a dried out marker. Hold on. How can I see this? Okay, great. Okay. I'm going to try to not screw this up. Okay. I wasn't trying to draw Mickey Mouse. I'm not the best artist. I just need you to like go with me. Okay. So somebody said, how do I figure out my gifts and talents? Well, one, you start asking yourself what you're good at. What are the things that you're good at? What are the things that you love to do? What are the things that come naturally to you? A lot of times, I can't spell. A lot of times your gifts are something that somebody says, that's really hard for me to do. And you say, oh, it's not hard for me to do at all. Like, I don't think that's hard. That's in your gifting, okay? You can also take gifts tests online. You can take a spiritual gifts test. You can take a lot of things. But you figure out what your gifts are, what are the things that you're naturally talented at, and you start to center your business around those things. Okay, so let's pretend this is a horrible drawing. I'm going to redraw it. Okay. We want to level up. This is what we have to figure out how to do. I'll just move the thing accordingly. I don't figure like this is quite right, but we're going to go with it. So these three bubbles represent three different things in your life. So you have your gifts and talents. Nope, this way. Okay, gifts and talents, your values, and then down here we have your hobbies and your interests. So if you've never done this, if you've never done this, this will be an incredibly helpful exercise for you to walk through. And if you're brand new, this is huge, especially with the way online marketing is going now. This is such a great way for you to figure out, who is this person that I am? What value do I have to add online that is not just Scentsy, but that's other things as well? Okay, so this is vital. So your values could be things like family and faith and authenticity, whatever, okay? Maybe it's simplicity, because, you know, do those sound familiar to you? Okay, so these are some of my gifts and talents. I was a teacher by trade. I'm a good encourager. I am a decent writer. Okay, there's some of my gifts and talents. I also am not that bad at dancing, but it doesn't really like relate to our business. So it's not super helpful, but you can write it down if you want to. And then under hobbies and interests. So, I mean, I love to hike. I love books. Travel. What else? Oh, I love like home decor and like creating beautiful space, like hobbies and interests. Okay. So in a perfect world, the way that you start to level up your business and level up your online marketing, y'all see that sticking out from my neck? All right, it looks ghetto now. I had like an icy hot thing on my back because I have like a area stuck in my hair. And I just ripped my hair out. I have like a pinched nerve. Okay, you didn't need to know that. So when we're talking about how do you add value online, how do you take it to the next level? First of all, most of you need a revamp of what you're doing online. I'm just going to be bluntly honest. Everything is changing in digital and online marketing. Every single thing right now. And if you're doing what you did 5 years ago, you've got to start looking for change. This is where you start, okay? This is where you start. We want to be adding value online that is not just you putting up flyers, not just you asking for sale constantly, but also adding value in other areas. How do you do that? You find this sweet spot right here. So this sweet spot right here, where your values, your hobbies and your interests, your gifts and your talents all intersect, this sweet spot is where we start to build your, where we start to build your business, where we start to build your habits around. So what does that look like? Leaders, this is a really great thing for you to do with your teams and with new team members. Really, really helpful for them to see this is how your business works into all of this. Okay, so for instance, one of the things that I do every single week is show up live and teach something that I'm learning about business, right? That's impactful and powerful for my team. It helps them go to the next level. It helps grow my business, right? One of the other things that I am good at and someone asked, how did you recruit that girl? I'll tell you in just a second. Just through encouragement. My sister-in-law, Jacqueline Roy, the way I recruited her, she was like my second recruit. I just said to her, hey, have you ever thought about doing this? I think you'd be really great at it. And I meant it. I thought she'd be really great at it. And so I encouraged her. And I would say the majority of my recruits or the majority of my reinstatements come from encouragement. They come from just me saying, I think you'd be great at this. Listen, I don't talk to strangers. All you people who do, I love you desperately and dearly. My friend Kaylee was in Boise this weekend and got a recruit in Boise because she's one of those people. I've been a gazillion times. I've never gotten a recruit in Boise. Like, it doesn't work like that for me, and that's okay. But I have to know what does work for me. And what works for me is me getting to know people, me seeing things in people, and then me saying, this thing about you, this would make you great at this. And it's not the same thing for everybody. It's different for different people. But for me, I have to kind of know them. I have to know them a little bit. And so the girl who I recruited, my latest recruit, her name's Savannah. She's a go-getter. She is young. She's spunky. She's amazing. And I know she wants to go to massage school. And so I just said to her, I did a favorite things party. And it was really, really fun. And she loved all her Scentsy stuff. And it was fun. And so I messaged her and just said, thanks for coming. Have you ever thought about doing this? We're doing this joint special. I'd love to have you on my team. And I think you'd be really great at this. And so she thought about it for a day. I'm like, you have to decide by the end of the month if you want the $49. And she's like, okay. And so I followed up with her and I said, hey, what do you think? And she's like, I want to do it. At that point, she had already read all the things. She had watched 3 training videos before she even signed up. But it was just encouragement. So some of you are so good at the, I will talk to my waitress and recruit her thing. I'm not. And I'm okay with not, but I also have another strategy. And my strategy might not get me as many people, but it also gets me people that I know and gets me people that I can truly, truly encourage. It's just different. Okay. Other things, writing. So one of the things is years ago, I used writing to grow my business because I did I wrote on a blog every day for a year. And you would think, what does that have to do with your business? Well, what's interesting is it was a place that added value for people. It was a place that allowed people to get to know me and like me and trust me. And at the end of the day, people are going to buy from the people they know, like, and trust every single time. So, hey, is that backwards, Teal? I just was curious. I'm just wondering. So I'm not saying that you need to start a blog if you're a great writer, but I am saying you probably need to be writing on social media. Like, you can write on social media right now, things that you're learning about, things that are stirring in your heart, things that are growing. When you are encouraging online, when you are adding value to people's lives, they are more attracted to you. At the end of the day, if you want to grow a network, if you want to use the power of social media, you want to find the sweet spot, whatever it is for you, and you want to portray that online, and you want to do it intentionally. So it's going to look different for different people. So let's go back a little bit to where I was saying, like, it's important that you know who's around you and what they're saying to you, because we want to utilize your gifts and your talents. We want to utilize those things to grow your business. But if you are being taught things from somebody else that are not in your wheelhouse, that make you very uncomfortable, that make you want to pee your pants, that like put you like out of your mind, there's a time for being uncomfortable. But when we're talking about creating habits around your business, they have to be in your wheelhouse. They desperately need to be things that you are naturally good at, okay? So that's why I'm saying the people that are around you, that are encouraging you and that are helping you grow, first of all, they're doing it because they want you to and they want you to be better. But you have to question, is this the best way for me to do this? And is this in my sweet spot? And if not, how do I create something that is in my sweet spot? Okay? Same thing with your values. Like, if you have a value for simplicity and your business is running you into the ground because of the way you're running it, you are totally going against the things that you believe deep inside you. And it will burn you out so incredibly fast. So if simplicity is one of your values, you figure out how to run this business in a simple way. Maybe that means you do one kind of party and that's what you do. Maybe it means that you always have things shipped directly to customers. I don't know. But you figure out how to make it simple for you. The same thing with family or faith or anything. Whatever value you have, make that part of your business and make that part of the way that you do business. People are going to respect you for being you much more than they're going to respect a copy of you. So much more. Nobody wants to watch a copy. Nobody wants to watch the, the imitation of something. I want to see the real thing. And that is so true for you. Some of you are frustrated and stuck and you're not leveling up because you're imitating somebody else. You're imitating somebody else's business, somebody else's way. And you're not being true to who you are. And when you're not true to who you are, people have a hard time trusting you. People don't relate to you as much. People don't respond to you as much. But when you can step into the sweet spot of who you are and what you stand for and what you're good at, and you can be you as opposed to the imitation of somebody else, I'm going with the real deal all day long. All day long. You have to do the hard reflection of asking yourself, am I being me? Or am I trying really hard to be a good copy of somebody else? Because even a really good copy of somebody else will never be the best you. Does that make sense? Okay. The third thing you can look at in these circles are your hobbies and your interests. The things that you love, the things that bring life to you, the things that you want to spend your time doing. For one, spend time doing those things and then figure out how they fit into your business. How does this work in my business? I forgot to tell you one of my other gifts. One of my other gifts is hospitality. And I honestly feel like that fits so well into our business, like creating space and a good environment for me to invite people over and to not have to worry about what my house smells like, right? Like it fits right into our business. So these are all things I want you considering if you're thinking I'm stuck. I don't know how to go to the next level. I feel like I'm just here, because the reality of you just being here and you not really growing, it's usually you. It's the people you've put around you. And it's the truth or the lies that you're telling yourself. You have every single thing that you need right now to go to the next level. But you have to draw a line in the sand. It will take more of you. It will take more of the real and actual you. And let's be real, this world that we live in that is online, live, viral, social, all of the things can be incredibly intimidating. And when all you do is watch other people, but you don't take action, when all you do is watch other people be them, but you're not stepping into who you are, heck yeah, your business is going to get stuck. It's going to get stuck and it's not going to move. And I've seen so many of you in that place, stuck, because you're not being true to who you are. You're a really average copy of somebody else. You, just as you are a beautiful masterpiece. A creation to be in awe of. But if you're having trouble seeing those things about yourself, that's where we start. I think there are far too many women and men with their heads tilted too far down in shame because they're not somebody else, instead of their heads being lifted high in humble authority of who they are. Guys, if I've learned anything in the last year, it's that when I step into who I am, and when I do this my way and not somebody else's way, and not copying somebody else and not imitating somebody else, but when I do it true to me, that's when I have the most impact. That's when I grow. That's when my business changes. That's when other people see that and say, what are you doing? I want to be a part of it. But it all starts with you. You have to believe, first of all, that you are beautifully and wonderfully made, that you are a masterpiece, and that you have gifts, and that you have talents, and that you have something to do on this earth that only you can do. And I believe 1,000,000 times over that you can do it through this business, and that this business launches you to places where you want to be and helps you fulfill dreams that you've had in your heart forever, maybe. But it starts with you. I want you to do your own reflection on who you've put around you and what they're saying. And decide, is that the best for me, or is there a better way? Is that the most like me, or is there a better way? Because honestly, when I scroll social media, when I see what you're all doing, sometimes I'm utterly disappointed. Because it's a lot of the same crap. And I was guilty of the same thing. I was watching people that I wanted to be like. I was watching people do things that I thought were awesome. But you know what I wasn't getting from those people? I wasn't getting anything back. I was watching, but I wasn't being encouraged. I was watching, but there wasn't a mutual thing. And so I just started unfollowing. Not out of bitterness or resentment or anything, except that I realized I was trying to make a copy. And I wasn't made to be a copy. I was made to be an original. And so were you. And so when I say sometimes it's just the same old crap, I'm tired of seeing the same old crap. And if I'm tired of seeing the same old crap, I guess that your customers are probably tired of seeing the same old crap too. And if you're feeling frustrated, and if you're feeling overwhelmed, and if you're feeling this weird stirring, this tension, it's probably because you're not being who you were made to be. So figure this out. How do I use my gifts? How do I take my values? How do I use my hobbies, the things I like to do? How do I use all that to be more me, to have a more impactful business? It's possible, but you need to do the work to dive into it and figure out how. It all starts and ends with you. The people around you matter. The things that they are saying matter. And every single decision and activity that you do in your business matters. And the habits and the systems that you create matter more than anything. But friend, I'm telling you, you have to go back to being who you are. You're not a copy. You are a beautiful, beautiful masterpiece. And I promise you, if you step into that, the sky's the limit. We're more than leveling up. We're going all the way. But it's not going to happen trying to be somebody else. You got to do you. And you got to do you the best you know how. And you got to be willing to reinvent you when you need to. But it still needs to be you, not somebody else. I love you guys, and I hope I realize that kind of some things I said are hard or harsh. They were harsh. But I mean them. And I said them to a friend today actually. Marco, or on Instagram, we were talking, and I said, it's time to draw a line in the sand. It's trying to decide that you're doing this, that you're going, I know you're doing it, but that you're really doing it, that you're going to the next level, because you know what? Where you're at is comfortable. And being a copy is pretty easy. And yeah, you can get by, and yeah, your business is decent, but it's not great. And you were made for great. You were made for so much freaking great. But you have to draw the line in the sand and decide you're not going to copy somebody else anymore, that you're not going to imitate, that you're going to be you, that you're going to put people around you, that you're going to find those people, that you're going to offer something back to them as much as they're offering to you. That we're going to decide we're going to stand hand in hand and do this thing together, as opposed to across the aisle with that glare of, who does she think she is? I know who she is. She's amazing. She's a child of God, created to do great work in this world, who is getting ready to crush this business, because you are going to look at her and say, oh, that's the Allison I know. That makes sense. It's exactly who she is. That's what you're going to do. Put the people that you've been copying on the other side and figure out who you are. Stay on your side. Do your work. Find your people. And change your world. It's not going to happen on accident. It's not going to happen by just coasting along. It's going to happen by getting it all together. making the decision and stepping into who you are. When you are who you are, I want to follow you. I want to be a part of what you're doing. I want to be on your team. I want to be your best customer. If you're a copy of somebody else, you're just another consultant. Do the work. Get to know you again. And fully step into that. I cannot wait to see where you go and what you do. It's time to level up, friends. Love y'all. If this was helpful, will you tag your friend who needs to see it? Hopefully the friend that you're going to stand hand in hand with and say, let's do this. Let's encourage each other. Let's challenge each other. Let's help each other be the better versions of us. I love y'all. And I will see you next week. And I will be fresh back from Superstar Director Summit. And I can't wait to chat. And stay tuned. We will probably go live while we're in Boise. So make sure you're hanging out around here or over on my page too. You can find me at Allison Dalkey. And I love y'all. Talk to you later. Bye.